Hello, everybody, and welcome to the AMPM podcast. My name is Manny Coates, and I will be your host. And this is the show where we discuss all things Amazon private label and how to generate recurring revenue streams 24 hours per day during the AM and the PM, hence the name of the show. Get it? AMPM podcast. As a matter of fact, I just ordered a super awesome gaming computer. It can run all the high-end VR gear. And while I was comparing PC specs, I was making money. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Hey everybody, I am here with Traian Turcu. How are you doing, Traian?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I always get your name wrong. It's Turcu, right? Turcu.
Yeah, that's a perfect pronunciation. Yeah, thank you.
The Romanian master here. I wrote down some questions that I want to ask you, and I really appreciate you coming on the show. For those of you that don't know, Traian has been part of our mentorship for Illuminati Mastermind. He's come on several times. He delivers high value. He's the one guy, I think, that even all the pros and super high level guys that are doing 8 figures a year, forget about 6 figures or 7 figures, 8 figures, they're taking notes, and just to show how awesome he is, he was going to be speaking at our live conference event that we did in Mexico. Couldn't make it, but everybody still wanted to see your presentation. So we showed you up on the big screen, even though you weren't there, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I hope I will be able to attend the next one.
For sure. So let's start with the basics. Let's tell everybody where you're at. How long have you been selling on Amazon, and where are your numbers these days?
Sure. So I've started selling in July 2015. In August 2016, so 1 year later, I actually sold that first product. And basically started over with a couple of new brands. And right now, for example, in May and June, we just crossed $100,000 a month in profit. And July was obviously even better because of Prime Day, but that's an exceptional month. So we're probably just going to be still above 100,000 a month in August.
And how long did it take you to ramp up to 100,000?
So starting in October 2016, that's when the deal was finalized. So that's, 9 months.
Any details on the sales that you can mention?
Yeah, sure. So it was just one product. We sold it for 500,000. And that was a 20x multiple, so 20 times the monthly profit. It's not a great multiple, but it was so low because we only waited for 1 year, and it was really important for me to get more capital going because I kept reinvesting everything and I couldn't scale at the rate I wanted to.
Okay, got you. And then what I've been hearing, you can correct me if I'm wrong since you've already gone through this process, but a lot of times they say you can get 30x multiples monthly if you go longer, right? You went 1 year, and what usually 1.5 years minimum is what they want.
Yeah. So I only waited for 1 year, and most brokers, except for one, almost all of them didn't want to even list the business. And usually you can get at least 30x if you wait for 2 years, and I've heard some more recent numbers like 40x. When you have more intellectual property and wait for a bit longer.
Okay, cool. Now, your current business, how many brands, the 100K per month that you're at, how many brands do you have, and how many ASINs would you say that makes up?
Sure. So we have 2 big brands with 8 products each. So that's 16 bigger ASINs that we started with in October. And then since then, we've dropped some, add some back to the brand. So we dropped some losers. And in total, we have 23 ASINs. We have 5 seller central accounts. One of them we use for launching new brands or new products. And as soon as something starts working, we move it to a separate seller central account. So right now, 23 ASINs that are working, that are active, and 2 bigger brands.
Okay. And then you mentioned you have 5 seller accounts.
Yeah.
Are these all, does Amazon know about all of them? Are you guys upfront
Yeah.
about? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they do. And we have separate legal entities for each one, and we emailed seller performance, got their approval, separate bank accounts for everything. Yeah, so everything is legitimate.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's interesting. So you, because I've not heard this before, you have a product on, account number 3, let's say, whatever account number you
Mhm.
use as testing.
Yeah.
When it's doing really well, you'll move that over to like your main account.
No, so we have the main account, and when a product starts doing well, so it's confirmed to be a winner, and I see that it might be well to turn it into a full brand, so add a few more products. At that point, I open a new company, new bank account, and create a new account just for that product.
Okay, so that way that
Yeah,
brand becomes its own entity, and you can turn around and sell it later on if you want to.
exactly. Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
look? Are you looking now at exits like that? Are you saying, hey, a year and a half, 2 years from now, I want to sell, or are you trying to build something into a
Yeah.
crazy big company?
So the way I see it, I think that if you launch a product, 3 years after you launch it, you should either start getting a lot of sales off Amazon or exit and sell it. Because I think after 3 years, if you're really doing well, there will be a lot of competitors entering the niche, and I think it stops being worth keeping the product. So the way I plan it is to keep it for as long as possible to increase that multiple. In the same time, try to get sales through Shopify. So if everything goes well, I keep it and get more sales off Amazon. If not, I will try to sell those brands.
Okay, awesome. I love it. You are a grinder, a hustler. The only guy I know, other than me and Guy, that's just like I feel like you're nonstop working. It's just crazy. In fact, if you guys can tell, if you look, he's in a dark room right now because it's like 1 a.m. or something over there, right?
Yeah, 1
Yeah.
a.m. Yeah.
And by the way, it's Sunday for me, and so we're trying to get this all done because we've got some really cool information, and we're doing something special with Traian later on. So wanted to present this opportunity for you guys to meet him and just hear his genius with all of this. It's crazy. He's like a mad scientist. Seriously, a mad scientist when it comes to Amazon stuff. Because you've mentioned you like to. You like to hack, not hack as in a bad thing, like I'm going to hack someone's, stuff, but like, taking a website and then breaking it down and figuring out how it works so that you can, use it to your advantage, right?
Yeah. So like not anything illegal, but just even if you take Amazon, for example, they have a ranking algorithm. So they have a way of ranking product in search results. It's really interesting to take that apart and analyze it. After all, it's built by some engineers. There are people behind that algorithm. And, if you can find something that's not working exactly properly, you can try to exploit that. Or there are so many components just on Amazon alone that if you can find something that is not working exactly how it's meant to be working, you can usually exploit that in in an illegal way, but just to your advantage.
In a mad scientist way. I've seen your work.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So, I've been saying this for a long time. Since the beginning, most of the podcasters and trainers out there teach people to buy things, when they're sourcing that are small and light, that it's easier to get into. And I've always said, well, if that's the case, if that's where 95% of people are going, why don't you separate yourself? Why don't you get into oversized, heavy stuff, the things that everybody has been taught to stay away from? You and I were talking. You like oversized products, is that right?
Yeah, actually, so I started with one oversized product a few months ago. It went really well. So after that, I started looking at just oversized products, and there are so many advantages to going after them. So the first one, as you mentioned, like everyone is going after cheap and small because that's what all the courses teach. So it's great to go against the majority, and there's less competition there. With more expensive items, the PPC costs, so the cost per click is actually very similar to the cost you see for cheaper items, but because the profit is higher and the margins are higher, the overall ACOS is smaller. And there are less experienced sellers for bigger items. So for example, in the niches I'm in, I see a lot of brick and mortar stores or brands that just put stuff on Amazon, and they don't really have all those strategies and they don't know about keywords ranking products. So it's just a lot easier to go after this type of product.
When you say oversized, is it typically usually just the size of it, or is it the weight, or is it both?
It's mostly the size, but for some of them it's the weight as well. But in my case, most of them are just oversized in terms of dimensions.
Do you have to do special packaging so that the products don't like break out of the boxes and come damaged or anything like that?
Yeah, that's actually one of the biggest issues, and we spend quite a lot of time with suppliers trying to figure out. And we ask them to send samples, and every time they arrived broken. So this is a quick tip for anyone who's sourcing oversized items: ask for honeycomb carton. That's been doing wonders for us.
Honeycomb cartons. Okay, do
Yeah.
they charge you more money for that?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like $1, $2 extra, and compared to the overall price of the product, that's nothing. And you'll just get less refunds, less damaged products. So
Are you shipping these? Are they all FBA or FBM?
yeah, all FBA, yeah.
Okay, so and then so you ship everything to Amazon. You've got these big items there. They
Yeah.
ship them out. What do you do when somebody does receive it damaged and returns it back to Amazon? What do you do with that product?
We donate it to charity, and actually using charities as an angle in our, like, to have a story for our brands and products is part of what I'm doing. So we take advantage of that, and it's usually not terribly damaged items. So we just donate them to charity, and that's part of, the story that we tell with the brand and on Shopify on our website.
So you create a removal order and have it shipped directly from there to the charity?
Yeah,
Oh,
directly to the charity, yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
interesting. What does Amazon charge you to remove it when it's like an oversized item? I've never done that. Do you know?
I'm not sure right now, yeah, because I have one of my VAs does that, so
Okay.
I couldn't tell you, yeah.
Okay, cool. You are huge when it comes to AdWords, right? You love driving outside traffic. We've talked about this. You love it.
Yeah.
And you do mobile versus desktop. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So I do a lot of AdWords because I actually prepared the presentation on that. As long as you can track the traffic you're sending to Amazon, it can be really useful to have that. And I did test desktop against mobile, and at least in my experience, desktop is doing terribly. And I think the reason why that happens is because whenever you click from an AdWords ad over to Amazon, and if you have a screen that has a large enough resolution, there's actually a section at the top just above the listing that normally doesn't show up, that recommends similar products to the one you're viewing. So the cheapest, the best selling, and the top rated. And I think whenever you're selling traffic from AdWords to desktop, people are actually clicking on those suggestions from Amazon and going away from the listing that you're trying to promote. So that's one of the reasons that I prefer to send traffic to mobile.
Okay, that's smart. So on mobile, that doesn't show, huh?
Yeah,
It
exactly. Yeah.
eliminates that
And
possibility.
even on desktop, if the resolution of your screen is small enough, it doesn't show. But if the resolution is high enough, it shows that section.
Okay, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yep.
Nuggets, I love it. So you were going to be talking about some really cool things, and we said, can you put this into like a presentation, something visual? Because I think it's
Yep.
high enough level that just trying to say it is going to confuse people. So you actually put together some slides, and we're
Yep.
doing this live here. So you're going to switch over to your live screen and
Yep.
show some people basically what it is. What is it that you're going to be showing?
So I'm sharing my screen now. So I'm basically going to explain how we're using the Amazon affiliate program or the Amazon Associates program to basically track any traffic, external traffic that we're sending to Amazon, whether it's from AdWords that we've just talked about, or Facebook, or even traffic from inside of Amazon. You can actually get data. So if you're not using Amazon Associates and you're sending traffic from AdWords, there's no way of getting data about where the traffic is coming from, where your sales are coming from, were they just organic sales from Amazon searches, or were they sales from AdWords traffic. So I'm just going to go a bit into that, and hopefully people will find it useful.
Awesome. Yeah, take it away. Let's show them what you're made of here.
Sure. So, 3 hacks for data-driven decisions using the Amazon affiliate program to make better decisions as an Amazon seller. So, my goal here is 15 minutes from now. That's how long I think this presentation will take. Is to help you get an Amazon Associates account, quick and easy. Reduce the risk you're currently dealing with when sourcing new products on Amazon. So this is going to be all about sourcing and what I'm doing when I'm sourcing a new product. Before I invest in money in inventory, I actually do some testing. Dominate your niche and leave your competitors clueless as you increase your sales and rankings. So this is all about getting sales from AdWords or from any other external traffic. And in this process, you can actually leave your competitors clueless about what you're doing. You're going to have much more sales than they are, than they have. And finally, to get a better understanding of what other products are frequently bought together with yours and some ways you can exploit that information once you have it. Okay, so step one, before we go into any of these hacks here, you need to get an Amazon Associates account. So I've included in the presentation here the link to the affiliate program, which is affiliate-program.amazon.com. Or there's also a short link down there at the bottom. And then there are the program participation guidelines. And to be honest, we're going to break a lot of the rules in the process, but I'm going to explain why that's not necessarily a problem. So for example, you're not allowed to send people through the affiliate link from email, PDF, or anything that's considered offline. And email, even though we access it online, they consider email to be offline. You're not allowed to send people from paid search placement, which is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to send people from AdWords. And you're not allowed to use redirect links or URL shorteners other than the Amazon shortener. So we are going to break some rules, but it's not going to be a big issue because it's really easy to create new Amazon Associates account. So I think I'm now using my 5th affiliate account, and just so you know, your affiliate account can get banned or it stops working. They no longer want you to use it because you broke some rules. But any of my sellers' account, none of them got into any kind of trouble because we're not breaking Amazon seller central account rules. We're just breaking the associates rules. Okay, so first step, you go to the link that I provided. You first have to give a name and address. So first time I did it, I provided my real name and address. Second time, I no longer could provide my real address. I just provided my real name. And what I found is that you can keep providing your real name, but if you still use the same address every time, your account won't be approved. So here we are at the second step. You need to provide a website and mobile app. And here I just have to quickly explain the way Amazon wants us to promote. If you were an affiliate, the way they would want you to promote products on Amazon would be through your own website or mobile app. So they don't want you to send emails to some people. They don't want you to use AdWords or Facebook ads. They want you to have a website where people can, that's on a specific niche, or maybe it's a blog, or maybe it's a comparison engine where people can compare different products. And that's where you're sending the traffic from. So that's why they want you to provide a website here. And this website has to look in a certain way. It has to contain certain links. And I don't really want to take the time to do that. But fortunately, there's a quick trick. You can go to Flippa. And as long as you're okay spending $40 or sometimes even less, sometimes a bit more, to get a website that's completely done for you and sometimes it also has some profit as well. You can buy it straight from Flippa. So here I just went to the main page, clicked on search, then more options, and from monetization you want to choose Amazon. And here Amazon refers to the Amazon affiliate monetization method, so it's not as an Amazon seller. And I usually like to choose include only buy it now. So if I'm in a rush and I just want to spend $100, I can buy it right away. So here I have a GIF. I just have to wait a few seconds to get to the beginning. Okay, so here we are in search. I found a website, birthday party store. You can buy it now for $139 or bid. The current bid was $40. And clicking through, you can see it has privacy policy, earnings disclaimer. So those are pages that have to look in a certain way, have a certain content. So they have some categories, products in here that are just Amazon products, and they link straight to Amazon through an affiliate link. So that's the kind of website you want. So once again, it was just $40 to bid, and buy now was $139. And actually I still have it open in here, and the reserve was dropped to $119, and the current price is still $40 with only 41 minutes left. So in my opinion, that $40, I mean, you would probably have to bid 45 if you want to take it, but I still think it's a really good price, and there are like hundreds of websites like this. So I think it's better than spending the time to create the website yourself.
So, Traian, you're just using their, you're basically buying their affiliate link account, and you're just using that. Is that right? Just to be clear?
Actually, no. So from Flippa, I just get the website. So it's the website that I need to get my account approved. They're not going to give me their account.
Okay.
Yeah. So the only reason I'm using Flippa is just to get a website that's already done, so I don't have to build that, because that's the most important part of the approval process. So unless you have a website that's built the way they want you to build it, you won't get approved. So everything beyond this point is really easy once you have the website. Okay, so next they ask you if the website is directed at children under 13. You have to click no. And then here they have a survey. So I'm just going to show you how I completed it. So this was the website, birthday party store. I had to choose an ID. I chose party supplies, travel and recreation and gaming as the topics, and the category toys, kids and baby. Of course, if you buy a different website, just choose the category relevant to the store you buy, to the website you buy. But again, it's nothing special here in the survey. What type of are your websites or mobile apps? And I chose blog and comparison shopping engine, because most of these websites also have some articles on them. So for example, this one here had blog and videos, but they also offer to compare some products in the party supplies niche. Okay, so next step, how do you drive traffic to your website? Paid search, display advertising, social networks, and SEO. I think others might be okay as well, but for example, I don't think they like email, they don't like offline. I said before they don't like paid search, as long as they don't like paid search directly to Amazon. But if you drive paid search to your own website and then from your website people click through to Amazon, that's fine. How do you utilize your websites to generate income? Amazon Associates is the only way I monetize my site. Some websites you buy from Flippa also use AdSense, so you can include that here as the secondary. I find that from 5,000 and 50,000 is the ideal answer here. How many total visitors? Primary reason to monetize my website. And how did you hear about us from the Amazon.com website? Again, maybe there are other ways of completing this survey and still getting approved. I just wanted to show you how I do it, and I got approved every time. Okay. Final step, identity verification. Here they ask you for a phone number, and then you receive a code. So given that this was actually the sixth time when I did this demo, I couldn't use the same phone number, so you can just get one from Google Voice or Grasshopper or other online services for phone numbers, or you can just ask a friend. Okay, and the really important part, so I didn't have to wait for any approval. Actually, I was able to start using the account straight away, and it only gets reviewed after you have generated 3 sales. And hopefully you will generate 3 sales because you're tracking traffic you'll be sending from AdWords. But just so you know, you can start using the account straight away. And if you don't generate 3 sales in 180 days, you basically lose the account. And here they ask you for payment and tax information. I always click on later because I don't want to provide my tax information, because then if the account gets banned, I can never use my real tax information again. So just in case sometime in the future I want to use Amazon Associates for some legitimate purpose, so I don't want to have my real information banned from Amazon Associates.
So Traian, are you then
Sure.
only using these just for tracking, not for monetization?
Just for tracking. And I mean, you might be tempted. You will see, if you use it for long enough, you'll see hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars in the account. But I think it's better to not provide your tax information, because these accounts, we're breaking the rules. So it's very probable that at some point in the future, your account will get banned, and you don't want to waste your real information on an account that will get banned.
And when you say account ban, you're talking about your associate's account, not your seller's central account.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So no risk for the real seller account, just the associate's account. Okay, so I mean, I can start using this account straight away. And just to be completely honest here, I didn't even have to buy that website, and I was still able to set up an account. So that's how easy it was to set up a new Amazon Associates account. So it's really easy. Okay, and this is how the account looks inside once I finish the process. Okay, so as I mentioned, risk of losing the affiliate account but not the seller account. And just to minimize the risk, I am going to show you how you can cloak your links, so that if someone from Amazon, a real human being, checks how you're sending traffic, everything will look legitimate. And we're going to use cloaking, which again breaks the rules, but it's a way of minimizing the risk. So first of all, you want to go to AdWords, and I've included a link here in the slides, and you want to enable auto tagging. And what auto tagging does is it adds a parameter in the URL of any ad you create, which is called GCLID. And that parameter gets added to all your links automatically. So that's the reason why we're doing this, is because we want to be able to identify traffic coming from AdWords, and to be able to tell the difference when someone is coming from AdWords versus when someone is doing just a manual review or visiting your website from some other source. So for example, if a employee from Amazon is checking your website to make sure that you're not doing any automatic redirections or anything shady, because they won't have this ID in the website, will know that they're not coming from AdWords. So what you want to do is, so once you've purchased that website from Flippa, you have to ask the seller to help you set it up on a server. if you don't own a server, you can just go to Namecheap, for example, and buy one for $10 a year. I wouldn't really recommend it, but it's like the cheapest option. And on the website, you want to create a real post, and the post should link to your product. So just to show you what I mean, I'm actually going to visit this website that I used as an example, so birthday party store. And I just want to show you. So right now, if I go to party supplies and I just go into one of the categories, they have all these posts of real products. So what you will want to do is, this is usually set up in WordPress. So you do have to know how to use WordPress, or at least hire someone who knows how to use it. And you want to set up a page like this with your actual real product that you want to promote through AdWords. So once you have this page up, so this is what I mean that you have to create a post going to your product. You want to hire someone on Upwork for $30 to integrate the following PHP script on the page. So I provided here a small script, and this is just PHP code, so maybe it will be difficult to understand, but basically all it does is checking if that GCLID parameter is in the URL, and if it is, then we're doing a redirect to the Amazon affiliate link. So if someone comes, so let's assume this is the page you just created with your real product. If someone is visiting from AdWords, they won't ever see this page. They will automatically get redirected to Amazon where you want to send them. However, if they're not coming from AdWords, they will just see this page and never get redirected. So that's what we want to achieve. Real traffic from AdWords never sees this website. They just go straight to Amazon through the redirect, and people who are not coming from AdWords will just see the website and everything will look legitimate. Okay, so that was cloaking. And just one note, it's not 100% perfect. You can still get banned from the affiliate program. If that happens, you just have to create a new account. Okay, so let's actually, now assuming that you have the website set up, the script is in place, you have the Amazon Associates account. Here are 3 hacks or 3 things that you can do now with your account. So the first one is test before you source. So the problem here is that maybe this has happened to you, or maybe you know other people who've gone through this. But it often happens that you invest a lot of money and even worse, a lot of time sourcing a product. You get all the inventory to Amazon. You turn on PPC, you try to get it ranked for various keywords, and maybe you didn't realize that it was seasonal. Maybe PPC is really expensive, more expensive than you would have thought, and it's just a loser product. So that's just a lot of time and money lost. So what I'm usually doing is I've decided, okay, this looks like a great opportunity and I want to source it. But just before I do that, I set up an AdWords campaign, just like I would for my own product. But instead of promoting a product that I haven't sourced yet, I'm just promoting 3 competitors. So just going quickly to Amazon. Let's say that I wanted to source a, let's see, glass beads for jewelry making. And I just looked at this niche and it seems like a great opportunity, and I want to source a bag of 50 beads. And just before I actually do that, I'm going to choose the top 3 competitors. And I'm going to send traffic to their listing from AdWords. And the way I'm sending the traffic is through the cloaked affiliate link. So whenever they make a sale because of the traffic I am sending, that's actually going to show up in the associates account. So this is the associates account that I just created for the demo today. No fees, no bounties. But basically, when you start sending traffic, you're going to see how many clicks you've got, how many sales. You're going to see exactly what products were sold. So that way you will know exactly how your traffic converts and how many sales you've actually generated for these competitors. So that's one campaign I'm doing, actually 3 campaigns. First, sending to directly to the listing of competitor 1, directly to the listing of competitor 2, and to competitor 3. Campaigns 4 and 5, I'm actually sending traffic to the search results for keyword 1 and keyword 2. So again, jumping over here on Amazon, I would search again for glass beads. And let's say this is the main keyword that I identified. I would go, so when you have the Amazon Associates account, you will see this section at the top, the Amazon Associates site stripe. You can click here under Get Link on text and get this link. And this is a short link that you are allowed to use. And I would send traffic to this search results page. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to see, okay, if people go from AdWords, they searched for glass beads, they arrive on Amazon through my link, what products from this page are they actually going to purchase? So that way I know, okay, even though this product is the first one, the first ranked, people seem to prefer the second one better, even though it's lower down the page, for example. Okay, and just a final campaign I sometimes do is to a super URL. And here you're free to use whichever super URL you are typically using to rank your products. But basically, I just want to see if I can send traffic from AdWords and help rank one of these 3 competitors for some random keyword and see how difficult it would be. So the data you're getting by doing this is, for example, what's the average CPC, so the cost per click for sending traffic from AdWords, what are the best keywords, so you will get data about all the keywords from AdWords that you're testing, which product is selling the best from those 3, so maybe they are each different in a certain way, and by finding out which one sells better from AdWords, you can decide to source one similar to the one that's selling best. Is there potential for running AdWords when launching? So I will know before actually launching if I will be able to use AdWords to get ranked through full price purchases, or even better, if long term I can actually get sales and get the bestseller badge at break-even prices from AdWords. You will see how many impressions you get on Google and how much demand there is. And also you can actually test variations. So I didn't include a campaign for that before, but you can send them to landing pages where you show them variations of a certain product. And you can see, for example, you're not sure if a product that's black or red would sell better. So you can actually create some landing pages where you test that. And you can also test price points. Okay, so that was hack number 1. It's all about using AdWords to test a niche that you want to go in before you actually invest any time or money in inventory. And it's true, you're going to invest some money in AdWords in creating these campaigns, but the cost of running these campaigns and getting this data is much lower than compared to what you would invest in actual inventory, and how much time, that's the worst part, you can lose maybe even 2-3 months to find out that the product isn't actually selling the way you would have imagined. Okay, so hack number 2 of 3, rank sales and bestseller badge. So this is one of the things that we've done with the first product that we launched, the one that I ended up selling. I relied quite a lot on AdWords, and when I launched, the top competitor was doing $10,000 a month in profit, approximately, just based on the data from Jungle Scout. We ended up doing 25,000 a month in profit, and that was because we were able to send traffic from AdWords. That was part of the reason. So by being able to send traffic from AdWords through a super URL, you can actually get ranked for various keywords. That's the first part when you just get started and you want to rank your product on Amazon. But then you can start to test bids, to test keywords, and some keywords will just be completely unprofitable, but you're also going to discover some keywords that just have great conversion rates and that you can actually keep running long term over an entire year, maybe more, and they will be profitable. So just like with Amazon PPC. But without the data, without knowing which keywords convert and which not, that's impossible to do. And that's where the Amazon Associates account comes in place. You're actually able to create tracking IDs. And the way I'm using this is I'm actually creating, so I have a spreadsheet that I'm using. Let me see if I have it open anywhere. Okay, I don't have it open right now. But basically, column 1 is tracking ID, column 2 is keyword. That's the simplest way of doing it. So whenever you create a campaign, I create a separate ad set for each keyword. So that way, you know, and I think it's better if I just show you in the Amazon Associates account. You can see here, so this is the reports under summary. You have tracking ID all here. So if you unselect all and you just choose, for example, party supplies 1, again, I don't have any, this is just a demo account. But basically, if you know that the first ID corresponds to the keyword glass beads, the report you're getting here is just for that keyword. And then you want to see the report for the second ID. And you know that the second ID corresponds to glass beads for kids. And then the third one is for a different keyword. So that way you get data for each particular keyword. And this way you'll be able to remove the keywords which aren't converting well and just keep the ones which are. Okay, so, and just an added benefit, that's how you get the bestseller badge. You just get traffic from outside of Amazon, and this way competitors will just not be able to keep up with you if they're not sending traffic from outside of Amazon as well, because you're just going to generate a lot more sales. Even if you're just breaking even with the traffic from AdWords, you're getting that bestseller badge, and that helps you increase your conversion, increase your click-through from search results to your listing. So that's just one great way to confuse your competitors and just, you know, outrank them and dominate the niche you're in.
That's super smart. Yeah.
And this is the final hack. The really nice thing about Amazon Associates is that they don't just tell you what products you've sold that you've directly promoted. So the link might go to the glass beads, but maybe that person saw the glass beads. So for example, they landed here and this is the product that you wanted to them to buy. So they added this to cart, but then they also saw this thread here or whatever it is, elastic cord. So they also purchased this one. And when they check out and actually purchase this in your Amazon Associates account, you will see everything that people purchased. So this way you can, for example, identify complementary products with your product. So if I were to sell these glass beads, I would notice that, okay, so people are also purchasing this elastic cord. So maybe I should do something to show up in on this listing. So one way to show up on the listing is to get into the, I'm actually going to just go on another listing. So you have the frequently bought together section here. So there are ways to try and get in here, or you could use AMS. So AMS ads, product display ads, that's from if you have access to Vendor Express, and you can show up in here. So if this was an elastic cord, I would, and I saw a lot of people are purchasing this together with my product, I would make sure that I bid enough that my product shows up in here because I know it will convert well. So that's a way of discovering complementary products. You might also find competitors that maybe people are navigating away from your listing and buying from certain competitors. And one way to recover that traffic and regain those sales that you're losing to competitors is to target them again through AMS product display ads. That's just one idea. Or maybe you want to launch your own. So again, going back to the glass beads example, if I notice that people are also purchasing this elastic cord, maybe I decide that I also want to include an elastic cord in my brand, because that's like the long-term goal should be to expand your brand and add more products to your brand. So this would be a great idea of a product to add to the brand just based on the data you actually get from Amazon Associates. So these were the 3 hacks, and just one final note I want to share with you, a trick. By default, in Amazon Associates, you only have 100 tracking IDs available. So if you had several products and you were running several AdWords campaigns in the same time and you have several keywords, those 100 tracking IDs can get used up pretty quickly because you want a tracking ID for each keyword. So there's no way from the interface to increase your tracking IDs. But if you go to help and contact us, you can actually send something like this. Dear support team, I would like to add an additional 1,500 tracking IDs to my account, starting with BD Party Supplies 1 till BD Party Supplies 1,500. Thanks for your help. Best regards. So if you contact support and you ask up to 1,500 tracking IDs, they will add them. And I was able, for each account I created, they gave me an extra 1,500 tracking IDs within 24 to 48 hours. They won't give you more than 1,500. So I think this will be very useful once you start testing, because those 1,500 tracking IDs can help you do a lot of split testing. So for example, even if you have only 100 keywords, then you can also start testing 2 different headlines. So that's 100 times 2, that's 200. Maybe you have 3 different products, that's times 3, it's 600. And multiply that by another 2 if you are doing another split test, that's already 1,200. So this can come in very handy. Yeah, so that's all I had. I think the action steps are go and create an Amazon Associates account. It's really easy. You can either create a website yourself or just buy one from Flippa. And then depending on where you are with your business, either test an opportunity before you actually source it, or start getting data about your product and start testing some AdWords.
That's awesome. That was really, really good. I actually have a good number of questions, but by the time we're done here, it's approaching an hour. What I'd like to do is maybe consolidate these and have you maybe come on a different podcast, and we can go into more details on
Sure.
things. By the way, guys, if you're listening to this or if you're watching this on YouTube, wherever it might be, if you like what Traian just did, like the video, okay? And if you're on our channel on YouTube, the AMPM podcast channel, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share it. And then if you're listening to it on iTunes, guys, there should be some links in the notes that will take you to some additional places that get more information. Traian has some really, really ninja stuff that he's teaching, and we're going to talk about that. So definitely subscribe so that you can get some additional information as it's coming out. We have something pretty exciting that we're going to be announcing really, really soon here with Traian. That some just crazy stuff. I've seen some of it. I'm like, wow. So you don't want to miss it, right, Traian?
Yeah. This is like we're going to share a lot of stuff, and this is like just a small part of what we're going to share. So if you liked what you've seen today, I have a lot more stuff that you might find interesting.
Yeah. Basically, if you're starting out and you want somebody that's going to show you from the beginning of actually, setting up your account to the very end of actually selling your account, for a lot of money, you're going to want to pay attention. You want to stay, you want to be subscribed and just be informed because it's coming. We're going to be talking about it. So that said, Traian, anything you want to add?
I just want to apologize for going a bit long with the presentation. I know I said it will take about 15 minutes and it went quite long. But yeah, I just hope that it's going to be useful for people.
Yeah, no, it was long, but it was chock full of nuggets. It was all really top level information, stuff that I don't think people are talking about at all out there. I've never seen anybody talk about this kind of information. So really, really valuable. So guys, if you have questions, post them in the comments. Also, you can always go to our podcast site. That's ampmpodcast.com. And we'd love to have you join our Facebook group as well. That's the FBA High Rollers. There'll be a link on our website, big Facebook link you can click. We're going to be tagging Traian in there, and you can ask questions there as well. So
Great.
That said, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys next time.
You've been listening to the AM/PM podcast hosted by Manny Coates. For more information, insider tools, and to get the resources mentioned in this episode, visit ampmpodcast.com.